Welcome to Linguists Academy. And here I am, Sheetal, with the vocabulary for today. Today we are going to see three words which are quite similar but different. Similar but different? Let's see how. The first word is interfere. The second one is intervene. And the third one is interrupt. Interfere, intervene and interrupt. Don't they sound similar? Let's go to the details. Now, if you see the first word interfere, the noun form of this interfere is interference. It's a word which you've used often. It means an unnecessary involvement. An unnecessary involvement in a situation, an unnecessary involvement during a conversation. It leads to nothing but interference. And interference is certainly something that no one approves of. See the sentence. No one will want an outsider to interfere in one's personal matters. Isn't it? No one will want an outsider to interfere in one's personal matter. The immediate reaction is, please mind your own business, isn't it? And then that sounds rude, but in the first place, we should think twice before interfering. The next sentence, interference in legal matters is a punishable offense because provisions are made in legal matters, and then interference of any person in legal matters is a punishable offense. Never interfere in matters which do not concern you. Because every coin has two sides, every story has its own unique sides. And therefore, never interfere in matters which do not concern you, because you might just not know the whole story, isn't it? That is interfere. Now the next word, it is interrupt. When you interrupt somebody, it is stopping someone in the course of speaking. Now understand, interfere was when you were not supposed to, you were not expected to. And actually the matter was not of concern to you as well. But interrupt, there could be two sides to it. Number one, polite interruption in matters where it is necessary. And then there is impolite interruption where it is unnecessary, where that interruption, that stopping someone in the course of speaking is unnecessary. Now there are ways in which you can carry out or execute polite interruption, because remember, sometimes it is absolutely necessary that you add in something there and then. Okay, so polite interruption how can we go about with polite interruption? That is, you start saying, I'm sorry to interrupt, but may I? Do you mind if I say something? Do you mind if I say something here? Excuse me, I would like to add something to this. Now, when you actually stop someone in the course of speaking by such words, definitely the other person will give a ear to what you are saying, or might understand that, okay, it's something that important that you want to say. Now let us see some impolite versions of interruption. This is something that is unacceptable. Wait, let me talk. Hey, wait, let me talk. Now somebody's saying something in a flow and you suddenly shout out, you suddenly call out, wait, let me talk. You know, it is impolite. Then if you say, stop, what exactly do you want to say? Before hearing out the whole thing, before hearing out what the other person wants to say, if you suddenly cut short the person and you say, stop, what exactly do you want to say? It's an impolite interruption. See the next one. Stop the discussion. I don't agree with anything that you say. A person who's talking, who's saying, who's not completed saying what he wants to say, is suddenly stopped in between and said, stop the discussion. He's been told to stop the discussion and it is said that I don't agree with whatever you have to say. This is absolutely an impolite interruption. So please understand that interference, absolutely no. Interruption at times necessary, but then there is a way of going about it. Let's see the third word. And the third word is intervene. The word is intervene. Get involved in order to help. Get involved in order to help. Now let's see a picture here. Okay. Before that, we'll see a sentence. Intervention by a third party or a third person might help resolve a conflict. Sometimes two people might be in total disagreement. And at such times, an intervention, an involvement of a third party helps to resolve a conflict. See this picture. Can you see two people at loggerheads with each other? They're absolutely in an attacking mode. And do you see the figure in between? Yes, the figure in between is trying to intervene. And once that intervention happens, once it takes place, the result is happy resolution. Yes, a happy resolving of the problem, where people are happy and it's a fine, comfortable situation once again, a win-win situation. So this was what was intervention. So let us try and read a sentence which has all these three words. Let us see. The head of the family stood up to interrupt the talk. We understand interruption can be necessary, it could be unnecessary. So probably this was a necessary interruption. The head of the family stood up to interrupt the talk when the neighbor finally began to interfere in their family matters. You do need to take a stand, isn't it? If somebody starts interfering in your family matters, and therefore the head of the family stood up to interrupt. As the discussion began to heat up, other people around the place stepped in to intervene. Because obviously the argument started getting heated up, and then there could be a bitter quarrel. There could be a fight. So before that happened, people around stepped in to intervene, to mediate, to resolve the situation. So you saw all these three words in one situation, where the head of the family stood to interrupt because a neighbor was interfering, and then other neighbors came in to intervene. Let's take a quick recap of the words. Let us recall the words. Picture number 1, interfere. Picture number 2, intervene. And picture number 3, interrupt. Yes. So, thank you and stay tuned to Fab Vocab. Just want to let you know that next week onwards, I will be posting vocabulary twice or thrice a week. The reason is I want to really give you time and space to catch up on all the vocabulary that we are learning, and I want you to bring it into practice, and I want you to send messages to me, to comment, to ask queries. I hope this activity helps you. I hope this activity is helping you, and stay tuned twice or thrice next week onwards, and stay tuned and subscribe so that you know when the posts are coming up. Thank you. Bye-bye.